How many of you wish to live an extraordinary life? There is definitely a divine purpose and a reason if you are watching this video. By the end of this video, you shall learn, firstly, how the way we see our problems is linked to the way we respond to them. This would make us aware how our responses could be sabotaging our purpose in life. Second, how our response to the problems is linked to our mindset and our belief system. This would help us realize the importance of changing our limiting beliefs. And third and most important, you will learn the various tools which we can adopt for changing our belief system. This would enable you to choose the best approach to change ourselves, to allow unprecedented success and abundance in our lives. Don't be surprised if I tell you that the way we see our problems could be the cause of our problems. Yes, you heard it right. It simply means that most of our problems could be both the cause and the result of how we see our problems. The way we see our problems determines how we react to our problems, and the way we react to our problems causes more such problems. The converse is also true. If we can change the way we see our problems, we would be changing the outcome of our problem and of our life. It is not important what our circumstances are, and it doesn't matter how life is treating us currently. Eventually, what matters alone is how we are responding to life. Our response is a function of what is happening inside of us. That alone determines our progress and success in life. The way we see our problems is a function of our spiritual evolution. It means whatever is happening to us is happening in the material world, and how we are responding to them is happening inside of us in our spiritual world. Most of us forget that our spiritual world governs our material world, and instead of focusing on improving our spiritual world inside of us, we are struggling to change the material world outside. We forget that our progress in the material world is completely dependent on the progress of our spiritual world. Our response to any problem in life is a function of our paradigms and our belief system. And our belief system, in turn, is the sum total of our environment, of our childhood traumas, of our hereditary genetics, our tribal and family value system, and also the psychic karmic impressions we have accumulated in our subconscious over so many of lifetimes. All this constitutes the sum total of our personality and the level of our spiritual evolution. Swami Vivekananda has said, the human mind is like that monkey who is incessantly active by its own nature. Then it becomes drunk with the wine of desire, thus increasing its turbulence. After desire takes possession, comes the sting of the scorpion of jealousy at the success of others. And last of all, the demon of pride enters our mind, making it think itself as all important. So you see, we are caught in an endless quagmire of cause and effect. The way we see our problem determines our response. The way we respond determines our karma. Our karma then results in creating circumstances in our life which bring up the same problem over and over again. So, our life is a sum total of the way we see our problems, which determines our response, which in turn determines the results we get in life, and on the cycle continues. So, unless we are able to change the state of our mind or the state of our spiritual evolution, we will not be able to come out of this vicious circle. Albert Einstein has observed the significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. This means that unless we change our mindset and our limiting beliefs, we cannot solve our current problems with the same old mind. We shall be going really deep in this video into the working of the mind and how changing our state of mind could result in changing our life. And if you have not subscribed till now, I suggest you to subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss out on the forthcoming videos in this series. But before we start, let us pray to Lord Ganpati for all of us. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. I call upon the lineage of my gurus to bless me. I am grateful to my guru for choosing me as a medium to express himself. Om Ram Nityanandaye Namaha. Om Ram Shri Shaligram Sharmaye Namaha. Om Ram Shri Kanhaiyalal Sharmaye Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Now, changing the state of our mind comes with its own sets of complexities. We as human beings have a very strong need for stability. We are very highly resistant to any change of state. Just like anything in this universe, the first law of Newton applies to us also, which says that an object at rest will stay at rest and an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by an external force. So this is the law of inertia also. The first category of people are those who are even unaware that the problems they are encountering are a result of the choices made in the past. This is known as the victim stage. In the victim stage, our primary perception is that life is happening to us. We feel like we are on the receiving end of sufferings, of problems and challenges. Why me? We cry out. We keep blaming our circumstances and people around us for all our problems. This is the stage what Maharishi Patanjali calls as Vritti Sarupa Mitra Ratra. That is, in the absence of the state of yoga, the mind only knows its own projections. That is Sarupyam. It means the pure consciousness mistakenly takes on the identity of those thoughts, of those thought patterns. This is our ignorance, that who we really are is one and the same with these thoughts. When we are not aware of our true nature, we become identified with the activities of the mind. And under this ignorance, we are under the grip of vrittis or modifications of the mind. Vrattaya panchataya klishta klishtaha. The mind is under the influence of 5 different modifications or vrittis. And each of these activities can either be problematic, that is resulting in pain or klishta, or non-problematic and painless or klishta. So every thought creates a psychic imprint or a sanskara. And if we are thinking the same thought over and over again, the imprint gets deeper and deeper. If the way we see our problems results in problematic thoughts, that is the klishta vrittis, if we are in the complaining mode, it leads us to misperception or vipraya, which is a result of ignorance or avidya, causing us to see the world from the perspective of ego consciousness or asmita, eventually causing us to suffer, that is dukkha. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, vinivesha, klesha. That is, the causes of suffering are kleshas. Those are ignorance, that is avidya, the ego, that is asmita, the attachment, that is raga, the aversions which we have, that is dvesha, and the fears that we have, that is abhinivesha. Now, when we become aware of our ignorance, the next stage of our spiritual growth leads to an awareness that we have a problem and we want to do something about it. We witness our friends and people, they achieve some success. We get inspired by them and we want to emulate them to achieve success in our lives too. We start asking them, how did you do it? Kindly teach me the techniques or give me some tips. What we are really asking is, give me some quick fix advice that will relieve me of my painful situation. Now, this is again an immature shortcut we want to adopt for success. And remember, the way we see the problem is the problem. We rush in to try to change our outward attitudes, our outward behavior, without realizing that our attitudes and behaviors are just an expression of our inner character map. Stephen Covey calls it as the glitter of the personality ethic. It is the massive appeal that there is some quick and easy way to achieve the quality of life. It's that get rich quick kind of a scheme promising wealth without work. And it might even appear to succeed in the short term. I do not say that working on our attitudes and behaviors does not yield any good. But unless we address the underlying character map, the basic paradigms from which those attitudes and behaviors flow out, we will not be able to address the intrinsic problems of life we face. If our character is fundamentally flawed, marked by falsehood and insincerity, then in the long run, we can never be successful. Changing our deep-rooted beliefs is only possible through shaping our inner character to align it with the universal laws of nature, towards the qualities of oneness, of unconditional love, of service orientation, of acceptance, of non-judgment, of surrender, of satya or truth, of ahimsa or non-violence. That is the reason Maharshi Patanjali gave utmost importance to transforming the character first. And therefore he made yamas and niyamas as the first two limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. This signifies that we cannot make true progress both in our spiritual and material world unless we have mastered the yamas and the niyamas and ingrained them in our character. This is the most effective approach of inside to outside. Inside out means to start first with the self, to start from inside first. The inside outside approach says, if you want to have a happy relationship, be the kind of person who generates positive energy and is willing to give more in relationship. Give more love rather than expecting love. If you want your children to obey and follow you, be a more understanding, empathic, and a loving parent. If you want to be trusted, be trustworthy first. The inside out approach says that success in inner world precedes success in outer world. You cannot improve relationships with others before improving yourself. So changing our inner character map changes our paradigms and our belief systems, which in turn change the way we see the problems. We then realize we are not the victims, but we are the co-creators of our destiny. As Michael Beckwith calls it, we then realize that life is not happening to us, but life is happening through us. It is now that our perception of seeing our problems shifts from why it is happening to me to it must be happening for a reason. This is the creator mindset. When we start realizing that the problems are the creations of our past choices, we start making choices which would bring more joy and peace in future. When the wheel of ignorance is removed, we realize the underlying oneness of every life. We start experiencing life happening not to me, but as me. I start realizing that I and the infinite consciousness of the universe are one. I am one with all of life. Tattvam Asi, Aham Brahmasmi. This is the state of Kaivalya or Samadhi. The journey of life is basically a journey of our personal development. It's a journey of continuous improvement of our qualities and capabilities. If we focus on our own self-development, we will be able to realize any dream in this material world. I am your brother guide to prosperity, and my mission is to help you realize the dreams of your life and help you achieve something worthwhile in life for which your family, your parents, and your children can be proud of. We'll see you in my next video.